Hello there everyone, it's me, Lame Gamer. Hope you're all doing well. Now today's video is a video that I've been looking forward to doing for several months now since I got the tickets, and that is my experience of Insomnia Gaming Festival i71. It took place last week at the Birmingham NEC, and I went there as a priority day pass holder, which means I got to get in there a bit earlier than people with just regular day tickets. Now effectively this video is going to be all about my day out at Insomnia, so I'm hoping to be able to show you what the venue looked like, the sort of exhibits that are on display, a bit of the cosplay competition as well that we saw, as well as give you guys some hints and tips on how to sort of survive Insomnia. So kind of like a noob's guide to Insomnia, if you will. Now just before I go into it, I want to let you guys know that I paid for the ticket myself. I've not been sponsored in any way to make this video, and all the opinions and facts that I give are my own that I found myself on the day. That being said, we were invited by Meat Space VR to try out their zombie survival game, which we did do, and there is a separate review video all about that experience which you can find up here. Also, if you did like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. I also stream regularly on Twitch, so head on over there. Don't forget to drop a comment in the comment section if you do go to Insomnia or you have been, and let me know what your experience like of the event is as well. In the meantime, let's get our skates on and get into the car, where I definitely was not super overly hyped to go. Yeah, I was really hyped. Alright, here we go. And just like that, we were off. You can tell I was quite excited to be on the road heading to Insomnia. And we have arrived.
Hello. Link's Dark Temptation.
After 2 hours on the road, it was time for one final spray of deodorant before we take the walk to the exhibition centre. We got there early with a couple minutes to spare, so it was time for a quick pint of Pepsi. And then I was faced with a conundrum.
Right, so I'm going to level with you. So it's now 9:45 in the morning. We've had some breakfast, we've had some drinks. Basically, I need to have a poo. And our early access starts in 15 minutes. And although I think I can do it in 15 minutes, I want to be as close to the front of the queue as possible. So I've decided that because we get an hour or half an hour early entry, I'm going to hold on to that poo until the early access has passed. That's my theory, because you know you don't want to pay however many pounds to get early access just to.
With a solid plan in place, it was now time for us to head towards the entrance, where we would get our stamps and our lanyards that will allow us entry to the venue.
Okay, so we've just been signed in.
Now we opted for the priority day passes, which allowed us entry into the exhibition a little bit earlier than general public.
We also got stamped, but because the temperature is so friggin' hot, we are bleeding ever so slightly into our skin.
Talking of bleeding, there were also zombies on hand as part of the interactive zombie survival experience, and I couldn't help myself but get a photo with one.
Okay, so we are now 1 minute away from the doors opening. So here we go.
The countdown to the doors opening to the exhibition was great. However, the countdown seemed a lot longer than 10 seconds. And just like that, we were let loose into the exhibit. I couldn't get over just how much there was in the hall to see. Here we have the retro arcade. The thing I'm walking past here is the zombie interactive experience, where you can actually battle zombies in a small arena maze in real life. Here you have the meet and greets with various people. Here is the tabletop area where tabletop games are played. And they also have the market hall section, which is pretty impressive, with vendors from all over the place. Here we have the festival stage. Special Effect, which is a charity close to my heart, had a stall here. And then here on the left we have the Royal Navy, showing off their esports team, which they competed with against the Army and the RAF. I then took a quick trip down what I like to call the Insomnia Main Street. Stand by for an incoming Insomnia travel hack. As vendors tend to do raffles and giveaways during this event, it always pays dividend to have someone with a wallet or a phone case, in this case, that can hold those little raffle tickets and things that could easily get damaged inside of backpacks, bags or pockets. Now here's a little section I would like to call Meet the Vendors. Here we met Clicks Therapy that provide heating and cooling gel packs that can help soothe those aches and pains that normally come with long periods at the PC or console. I even managed to get a free shoulder rub out of it. Nice. So hot.
Free massage.
I'm liking this. I'm feeling something.
And you can use it for the neck.
Oh, nice. That's so nice. We then bumped into Sex or Kex. We took part in their Build a PC challenge. I managed to install the components in about a minute.
2, 1, go.
Here we found the Mitcham stand next to the LAN party hall, where someone was trying to attempt a world record. They were also giving out free roll-on deodorant. Unfortunately, as it was early in the day, I wasn't able to reach the bottom of the bin.
Got it.
I then read the label and realised...
The woman's one to know.
Yeah, that's right, it was the ladies' version. So I then had to go to the men's bin and grab one for men. As I'd never used a roll-on deodorant before, I didn't realise what I was about to do was going to make me all sticky going forward.
Oh, Jesus. Have a smell of that. I feel very sporty. And yeah, I am sweating up a storm. It is currently almost 30 degrees outside. I've never used this before and now it's all sticky on my neck.
We then found ourselves at the Meet Space VR arena.
So yeah, we're coming here at 2 o'clock and we're going to be looking like this, but probably not as skillful.
I want to say a massive thank you to Meet Space VR for inviting us to come try out the zombie survival game with them. And just like that, it was all over and we'd survived the apocalypse. Luckily, Meet Space VR were on hand to ask me what I thought of the game and get my initial reactions. I hung out with GT Omega and got to sit on their giant chair. Tekken 8 was also quite heavily featured at this Insomnia, with a big arena for people to try out the game before it releases. I also then got to hug the Headbanger's bird, which was really good fun. We also had a cheeky pet on the head and a dance. The next stop on the tour is the Esports arena and LAN party area. This was in a darker area of the exhibition hall, next to Meet Space VR. Also, the main food and restaurant area was here as well.
Yeah, so we're just walking over to the LAN hall now, and we're hopefully going to be able to take some sneak preview shots of what the LAN hall looks like. So yeah.
Security for the LAN hall was super tight, as you would expect for a place where people bring very expensive PCs and equipment, so I'm glad to see that that was being enforced. But we were able to take a few shots of the LAN hall from a distance. So here you can see a lot of people playing on gaming tables, and at the back I think we can see one of the new clan boxes. There's also an area for camping that we could spy through this door here, which looks like people can actually put tents up. Our final section on our trip to Insomnia i71 is relating to the cosplay that took place on Saturday. There were so many great costumes on display, and I even got to briefly talk to last year's winner of the cosplay competition about their cosplay and what they'll be doing during the competition. As you can tell from this photo, after a talk to last year's winner, I was super hyped to see what it was all about. And then it was time for another countdown, which then kicked off the cosplay.
3, 2, 1. Fear. New patrons emerged who possessed him. Toss a coin to your witcher, a friend of humanity.
Brad.
Let him cook.
They shall be my finest warriors, these men who give themselves to me. Like clay I shall mold them, and in the furnace of war forge them.
After cramming all of that into just one day, it was time for me to head home. But what a day I'd had. And that was my one day at Insomnia as a priority day pass holder. Yeah, what can I share with you from that? So travel hacks for Insomnia. First of all, always take your ticket. Whether it's an e-ticket, I always print them out anyway just because I'm scared that technology is going to fail me. Things I took in my bag. I took my backpack because there's no doubt going to be loads of freebies that you're going to have to stow away in a bag. So do that. I took my phone to take video and photo. I took my gimbal for the first time out on a shoot, and it was nice and steady to walk around the arena with, which was great fun if you're doing content creation. I took a wallet, you know, standard things. I took the Lamer Gamer beanie hat, of course. I took a watch so that I could actually keep, although people use their phones a lot, I always find a watch quite easy. So if I wanted to see if I had a timer on for anything, so you know there was a giveaway happening at a certain time, your watch would tell you rather than having to fumble around with your phone. Also, if you're videoing, it's going to be a pain to just, like, stop videoing and check what's going on. I cannot emphasize how important it is to take good exercise shoes, because you will be walking around on concrete floors for a long time. So even if you have like soft gel insoles that you can put into your shoes, anything to just help you just get a bit more out of that day would be great. Don't forget to back up all of your photos and make sure you've got lots of memory on your phone, because you might think you have enough, but the likelihood is that you will just slam through it if you're taking loads of photos and videos. So just keep an eye out on that. One thing I would definitely take next time is a USB power bank that I can just take with me, because I felt foul of taking too much video and too many photos and actually my phone ran out of battery. Luckily I was there with a friend and they were kind enough to lend me their phone to shoot some video. But yeah, it would have been good to have done that. And one more item I would suggest that anyone brings with them is some form of like lanyard wallet or something that you can hold like bits of paper in. So CEX or SEX or KEX as we call it here in Bristol, they did a giveaway of which you had to get a raffle ticket and turn up at a certain time. So like I said, you need your watch to tell you to get there before, I don't know, 5 minutes before the raffle draw. But then you also have this like kind of flimsy raffle ticket. So you either have like a little plastic wallet that you can get and keep it safe, or like my friend did, he put it in the back of his phone, which was transparent, so you could see the numbers without having to damage them. So that's always a good way of doing it. So quick overview of Insomnia i71. It was a great experience. There's lots of like-minded people there sharing ideas. There's lots to do. Of the things I did manage to do, I really enjoyed Meet Space VR. Like I said, I've done a review video of that separately, which you can find up here or in the comments below. There are loads of stalls, there's gaming expos and things like that to try out. There's arenas to watch professional gamers or up and coming aspiring professional gamers play. There's also the LAN hall that you can do over a weekend. Obviously I went for a day, so I didn't LAN or do any of the evening stuff, so that'd be interesting to try that out maybe at the next one. It looks like there is something for everyone. There's retro arcade gaming, tabletop gaming, and there's even an area for like families to play, like this, I think it's called the family gaming zone. So that's really cool. And obviously there was the big cosplay competition there at the end as well. There are two negatives. One is specific to myself and my experience. And the second one is, I think, probably something that a lot of people will understand as well. So the one that was personal for me is I waited about 45 minutes to an hour to get a good seat at the cosplay arena. So basically we wanted to sit on the end of a row and watch the show. One of the attendants or assistants or volunteers at Insomnia actually asked us to move. Bear in mind we'd sat there for almost an hour waiting for the show to start. They asked us to move along the row to make space for people, which we thought, okay, that's a bit strange. Why can't people just walk past? Because there was ample room to walk past. So they moved us up, and then two more people sat in the spaces that we'd been sat in with another gap. So that was kind of strange. Unfortunately, I got sat next to someone who didn't want anyone sat next to them, and that got quite heated. So we decided to stand up and speak to a different attendant who apologized and told us, yeah, here's a seat, like move somewhere else and we won't bother you. But it just seemed quite weird that the message hadn't gotten around to everyone that, you know, if someone sat in a seat, let them stay in their seat and let someone move along the bus. Obviously, if there's restrictions for people being able to get down, like for instance if they're in a wheelchair or stuff, then that's completely different. So that's my gripe, my personal gripe with it. Apart from that, the event was in really good spirit. The only other negative I have about the whole event is it feels like there were a lot more people than there were things to do this time. But yeah, it felt like for every console there was about 3 or 4 people waiting to go on that game or something like that. So that would be something just to bear in mind. I'm guessing Saturday, because I went on a Sunday last time, maybe there were less people that time. And a Saturday is quite a big one with the cosplay. But yeah, I would just say that it's worth considering how many people will be going there. I don't know if you stay overnight or you camp or do land, that you get extra access to the halls. That would be great if you could hang out with the vendors after like event kicks out at 5-6 o'clock or whatever time it kicks out. That would be beneficial, I think. The one thing I would say about the priority day ticket pass is that you get in earlier than everyone else who has a general admittance ticket. However, if you do spend that time like walking around and looking at things, by the time you've decided what you want to go on, if you haven't already checked like what is on that day online or on the website, most of the things will be taken up and will be getting used by other people. So I would just say bear that in mind when you do go. If you do get a priority pass, use that priority pass to get as much time on things as possible, because when the general public get in, the queue times are going to be a little bit longer. But overall, I had a fantastic time. A highlight for me was probably the cosplay competition. I'd never been to a cosplay comp before, and some of the costumes there were amazing. Even the people that weren't even competing were dressed up amazingly. Maybe there could be a Layman Gamer Tries involved in that, you know? Maybe I could try cosplay, who knows? But yeah, if you are thinking about going to i72 and beyond, the link to Insomnia is in the description below. Yeah, go check it out. I will hopefully be going myself, and hopefully I will be able to see some of you guys there, and hopefully those tips will help you guys in the future. Now, if you did like this video and you want to see more, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to hit the little bell so you know every time I post a new video. Also, one more, if you guys have an experience or a product that you'd like me to review or try out, then feel free to drop me a message in the comments or get in touch via my other various social media accounts. But yeah, in the meantime, everybody, you all take care, and I'll see you online. Cheers.
That's all for today, folks. See you next time on the Lamer Gamer channel.